Here we go. There's so many things I want to talk about tonight. I think the first one I want to talk about vision because I can't talk about it enough. It's hard for me to get on here because people give up for all sorts of reasons. We give up because we missed a bonus, we lost a bonus, or someone promoted faster, all these petty ass reasons. And we don't realize that like vision is the fuel. If you've ever listened to John Maxwell, you've ever listened to Tony Robbins, like vision is the fuel. Vision makes you persevere. So please don't worry. I do have some like IPAs, my version of IPAs that I want to touch on tonight and talk about, but I have to dig deep in your heart. And I want you to shift away from the mindset that you have to be like a top enroller leader or you have to be a great speaker leader. I just need you to focus on becoming a visionary leader. And I want you to think about what that means to you, because when you have vision, it brings emotion into what you're doing. You're not just like, oh, I need to learn how to do content, or Katie, how do I get good at posting about products? Like you have to shift out of that space and start working your business with vision. Because when you know what you want, if I were to tell you right now, I tell my leaders all the time, I'm like, if you knew in 2 to 3 years from now, you were going to be on stage. Some of them already believe it. I don't even have to speak life over them. Some of them already believe that about themselves. But if you knew you were going to be on stage, if you knew you were going to be hosting corporate Zooms and sharing tips with hundreds of people, how would you show up today? How would you post today? Some of us, we just live in these weak leadership mindsets. And I truly don't believe when I titled this, Step into Your Light, I titled that because you're not meant, I'm going to read you, it wouldn't be me if I didn't read a Bible verse, okay? I want to talk about what the Bible says about being a light, because you are not to like being in network marketing. I need you to stop being so embarrassed. This is a beautiful business model and it is sales. That is the highest paying career in the world is sales. So it's literally no different than anyone else who has a sales job, except the beauty of it is we get to recruit. We get to leadership bonuses, check matching bonuses. We get to build teams all over the world. So I need you to shift from, well, I'm embarrassed, or I haven't made a lot of money yet. And you need to own that you have the most beautiful business model in the palm of your hands. And I've always believed that. And I think that's why I'm still here. Even when I had a slow start and I saw girls buying Escalades and houses and boats, and I'm like, I can't do that. I can buy my son shoes and I'm good with that. I always believed that I would get there. And honestly, I'm glad it didn't happen fast, because I would have built with an ego and I wouldn't have any tips for you. I had to let my ego come down, and I had to build my story with many, many years of rejection and letters to buy houses. So many failures built my confidence. I'm here to tell you right now, a bonus and a vacation and a rank never built my confidence. It might look cool on Facebook, but that doesn't build your inner confidence. Showing up when you continue to fight through dark seasons, that is what builds your confidence here as a woman. Okay. One of my favorite Bible verses, it's Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. And it says, "You are the light of the world. A city situated on a hill cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but rather on a lampstand, and it gives light for all of those who are in the house to see. In the same way, let your light shine before others so they may see your good works." I'm not going to dim down my light, my tone, my faith, my income, my hustle, my perseverance, my family time. I'm not going to tone down the level of the life that I'm living and where I want to go because someone on my Facebook has a mean stat. Baby, anything you do in life, you're going to have critics. And if you don't have critics, you're not doing anything significant. You're going to have people who don't understand. And the people closest to you, oh, it hurts when you get around family and they don't even celebrate your success. I'm not doing it for them. I have two humans who look at me every day with their eyeballs, and they need food in their belly. They need a mom who's confident, not a skinny mom who puts on this show, but they need a mom who is rooted in who she is. And I can't be teaching you how to build a social media business if I'm telling you to go fake it till you make it, build with the fluff. I want you to know that literally God said, like, don't put your lampstand on the floor. Nobody's going to see your light. Stop dimming who he called you to be. And if he's called you to build on TikTok and connect that way, then put your light there. If he's called you to get on Facebook Live and interview people because that's your flow, do that. Stop trying to do what's working for everyone else and go with the flow with how he's called you to build. And another thing to touch on vision, and I'll say this on every training, and I've said it for 6-7 years, this business is sacred to me. It's sacred, which means like it's covenant to me. I don't just give up when it's hard. I went through the hardest season in my marriage this past season. And I didn't just call it quits and divorce my husband because we went through a hard season. There were many nights where we weren't talking. I've gone through some dark seasons, sister, but I am too committed to my covenant with my business, just like I am my covenant with my marriage. I see the vision for what I want my life to become. So it's set apart. There's no like giving up. And when people say like, oh, I'm just like, when they have a mindset that giving up is even an option, you're playing small for who God has called you to be. Like, take it off the table. And not to like throw shade, but I've seen it multiple times where people leave. And then my next 4K, 12K, 40K teams get built from a leg who someone isn't getting paid on. There's someone on this team who does 1.8 million sales every 2.8 million in sales every month, and they don't get paid for it because they were gone. They left when it got hard, and that leg does 2.8 million in volume every single month. Do you understand that the foundation gets built underground? It gets built with your failures. It gets built when you do a live and only 3 people hop on. It gets built when you order your 150 month supply box and you do a live about samples and no one reaches out to you for samples. I wish you could see how many 800 packs I've ordered where I go live and then no one reaches out for samples. I'm not just like, oh, I guess I'm a one-hit wonder. I'm like, it was the wrong timing. I'm going to go live, or I'm going to go in my stories again tomorrow and sell some samples. Where do you see yourself in 3 years in this business? I want you to think about that. What is that rank title? What does your leadership team look up to you for? How would you act today knowing that you're going to have 5 personally enrolled 12Ks under you? You're going to have 5 women on your team that you've enrolled who are earning auto bonuses, not just you. We're thinking bigger than your 12K team. I'm talking you have 5 personally enrolled 12Ks. That leadership, you get to set the tone, okay? And what is your energy and confidence when others are in your presence? Okay. I want you to think about that, because this business isn't about like being in a sorority and being popular. And if you've ever felt that way or felt attacked or been in a team or an industry where you felt that way, I am truly sorry. I want you to know here, you are not looked up to for your enrollments or your rank or your QV. Baby, I look up to you for your heart and your perseverance level. And if you've been here for more than a year, give yourself a pat on the back, because you are the 1%. You made it past the year mark, and so many people give up. Okay. Vision keeps people going, not a bonus. Please know that. And it emotionally makes you persevere. So we touched on vision. I need you to figure out what the hell you're here for, because if it's not in front of you, when I look at these things, when I come down to my office, I need you to know what level I get on in the morning. It says the battle is either won or lost based on the decisions that flow from your mind. I am not going to sit here. What the enemy can't destroy, he's going to attack. If he can't destroy it, he is going to attack. Okay. And once again, my Bible, it says in John, I just read it, 8:44, he's the father of lies and he's repetitive. And he is so feared when you find out that you have a Holy Spirit living inside of you that will teach you all the lessons you need in this business. And if you listen to the lies that I'm not supposed to be here, or wow, she's been here for 3 months, it all, stop the comparison trap. It is going to steal your joy. It's disrespectful to the team who's believing in you as a leader. It's disrespectful to your kids and your husband who is watching you. When you can't find yourself and your sauce and your great ingredients to build your leadership team, if you are so focused on what everyone else is doing, you're going to get to the end of your day and you're going to be starving emotionally, because all you did all day was compare yourself, compare your business to someone else's. My joy, I'm spitting all over the place because I'm like fresh with these braces right now. My joy is too damn precious for me to let the enemy come in and steal it away. I will not believe any lies. Like, I will only believe what God's spoken over me, and I am anchored in his promises. I am anchored that he has plans to prosper me. I am anchored that anything that attacks me, he's going to use it for his glory and my good. I am anchored that he is for me. I am not anchored in that I am not qualified. Or do you know how embarrassing it was? Like, let's go back to 2015, Katie, when I was 4 years deep in network marketing and I still couldn't buy a house. You know, there were 3 qualifications for a rent to own, just 3. Your credit score, your debt to income ratio, and your income. I didn't meet the standards for 3 years in a row. Do you know how embarrassing that was for my soul when I'm getting on social media and I'm like, hey, I'm building my dream life. Oh, but here's 3 years of rejection letters. We cannot rush our blessings. I wish y'all could understand that God already has it assigned to your name. Like he literally spoke it over you before you were born. He anointed you to be here. And once you start walking in that fire, and you understand, like, I have purpose here. I'm not going to live in defeat anymore. I'm not going to live in the anxiety and the depression and all these things that are trying to take me out in the season of my life. I will not allow it because I want to be anchored in who he's called me to be. And when you get around me, when you meet me, you're not going to hear gossip flow out of my mouth. You're not going to hear me talking about other people, talking about problems. You're going to hear me problem solving. You're going to hear me loving because, sorry, I'm big on my Bible verses. It says, each tree is known and identified by the fruit it produces. So your friends around you, the way people see you and value you and the way you give off your vibe, that is literally like the fruit that you give off. And when people get in your presence and your energy, is it, oh, she's not confident, or oh, she's always talking about other people, or oh, she's just always talking about the same old problems. You get to pick your fruit, and you can choose your fruit to be fruitful and multiply, or you can bury your gift under the ground. I need to get back to my notes. Sorry. Communication. You have, listen to me right now. If there's anything you're going to understand, you have to become a great communicator. Okay. A great communicator, which means video marketing. Yes, you have to get your face and your voice and your story. Doesn't have to be a Facebook Live. Are those incredible? Yes, but get on your Instagram stories and flip that camera around and show people your face, show people what you stand for, show people your love in your heart. I do not pitch. No one even knows what a 200K means. Like, I'm not going to put that on my story because no one knows. They might see that sign, but no one knows what that means. I pitch why the hell I got started in this industry and why I think it's the best business model in the world. I felt that when my 1099 said $5,000. Y'all, I had a $5,000 1099 my first year in network marketing. And then my second year was 23 grand. That's still the struggle bus. That's still a struggle bus. It took me 4 years of 1099s to see 6 figures on there. And I'm telling you, that is worth fighting for. Okay. So when you're communicating with people, I know it's exciting when people get in your inbox and you're like, yes, I'm about to enroll a promoter. You need to put your needs last. This is the humility and the stewardship of being a leader. It's not about your personal gain. And I know you think, well, that doesn't make sense. It is not about your personal gain. You have to connect with people. So when people reach out to you, I'm telling you, my top tool is I ask them their name. I'm like, what are your kids' names? How old are they? What does your husband do for a living? And I straight up say, you want the grocery money or you want the Disneyland money or the in between, the mortgage money? I need to know what you want. I told someone today, I said, signing you up means nothing to me. It means nothing. Yes, it's exciting, but it means nothing if I'm not going to get you towards your goals. If I'm not going to have all these things you just told me come to fruition in your life. You have to understand we are in a relationship building business. Relationships are the foundation of leadership. It's not, look at how much money we make. We're so cool. It's, wow, look at all the hardship we face. Look at that season where I almost got knocked out in my marriage. Yeah, I am going through it behind the scenes with my family. And I don't talk about it, but I wish you would know that the enemy, he messed with the wrong woman. I woke up this morning, I turned on Elevation and I listened to the song, Same God, 3 times in a row. And I said, enemy, like you're taking an L. Like I'm talking like we are going to see a behavioral therapist for Braxton. There's just so much behind the scenes. I will not let him take me out of my purpose and why I'm here. And yeah, we get attacked with life. We get attacked with insecurity. We get attacked with unwanted things. But I'm telling you, if you just put your feet on the ground and said, you messed with the wrong woman, I'm full of anointing. I'm full of purpose. I'm full of patience and grit and good fruit. And you come knocking on my door, I'm going to keep being faithful to who God has called me to be, the woman he's called me to be for this family and this team. You need to be rooted in that. I'm really back and forth with my notes. I'm sorry. It's how my brain rolls. Back to communication. You always need to be talking about your why. It's not supposed to look like mine. It's not supposed to look like any other leaders. Why are you here? No one's going to want to join your team or order a box of vitamins from you just because your pictures are super edited and cute. They need to know why you are the Thrive Girl, why you're here. Let them in on that story. Now I'm going to talk about some IPAs before we move over. These are my top producing IPAs. Okay. I create a potential list. I have a notebook just for potential promoters. That thing goes back to 2018. I have their name. I have the date they reached out to me and their why and their fears. It has 4 parts. It takes up a lot of my time, but when I go to follow up with someone, it is heartfelt. I'm like, yo, you told me this in April 2021. Where's your heart at, babe? Like, I know those kids have been in daycare for 6 months. Are you ready to build $500 a month? That's the first rank in our company. Like, talk to me. I don't want to recruit you. I want to show you how to build a business from home. You got to be that bold, confident woman. You are a recruiter. Network marketing is recruiting. It's nothing to be scared of. There are people every day in the corporate world, and their job is to go recruit for their company, except you get compensated. It's through network marketing. You need to become that top performing recruiter in your mind. Who is she? How does she show up? How does she follow up? How does she share her business? I guarantee you it is not a comp plan. It is 100% from her heart and why she is here. Okay. Now, branding, content, social media. Okay. I'm going to give you my top tips for what's working in 2022. Facebook came out with this really great feature, and it's called a pinned post, which means you can go to an old video you have, an old picture, and you can pin it to the top of your Facebook. So every single time someone comes to my Facebook, the very first thing they're going to see when they scroll down is what I pinned. And it is a video about network marketing and why I love it. So utilize that tool. And if you don't got no lives to put up there, it's time for you to get your face behind a camera and talk about why you're here. Okay. So pinned post, it's literally genius. Your bio needs, I learned this from my coach, your bio needs to be problem solving. You are not a boss babe. Okay. You are not just a cat mom. You are not just a wine lover. You need to be a problem solver. Your bio needs to be welcoming. It doesn't matter how much in sales you've done, friend. Your bio needs to be, how are you going to solve their problem? So when they come to my page, I don't even know what it says. It basically says, like, I build businesses through biblical principles. I show women how to keep God centered in their heart, their marriage, their parenting, their business. That's what I do. Your bio needs to be how you problem solve. Okay. Engagement and the call to action post. Every single time I share about my samples, I'm not just like, ooh, who wants one? I'm like, slide in the DMs, click this link and request one. You can give your samples for free. You can sell them for $25. You can customize them and do 5 days, 6 days, charge whatever you want. Call to action. Okay. Create a link tree. This is huge on my Instagram. Half of my customers, if not 90%, come from Instagram and my link tree by enrolling. All you need to do, it's 100% free, linktree.com or whatever you want to use. And you can add your Lavelle website on there. You can customize the colors. You can put a graphic on there. You can put a little bio. So it says request a sample from my Thrive. It says join my team, and it has other links that are important to me. Okay. You are a businesswoman. We need to up the bio. Okay. People need to know how you're going to solve their problem and that call to action. And you can add a link on your stories now. We're not just like back in the day, the nitty gritty, we were following, unfollowing, using all these third-party apps. We don't have to do that anymore. We can create reels and people can follow us because they want to, not because we follow them. There is so much beauty in working for 1 hour intentionally. I am not going to be a mom whose my screen time is bigger than book time. I used to be that mom and it made me feel dreadful. I don't care what money you're throwing at me. My kids are only going to be young once, and the book time and the craft time is bigger than my work time. I can work my business for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours a day and have more conversations in 1 week than some people ever will because I'm intentional. I'm adding value. Okay. So adding value, what the hell does that mean, right? Where are you gifted? Y'all, the Bible literally says y'all have gifts. Oh, I'm actually going to read you. I put it in the post-it note because, oh my God, where did it go? Hold on. It's Proverbs 18. Let me find it. Proverbs 18, verse 16. A person's gift opens doors for them and brings them before the great. I can't sit on that and just be like, oh, that's cute. Literally, it's saying your gift in this industry, your gift in speaking, your gift in loving. It's going to open doors for you and bring you before other great people. Y'all, right there is the tool to building your business, is operating out of your gift. Jesus literally said, put it to action and let me show you some doors. Put it to action and let me align you with some women who are going to be on the same vision that you are. We can't afford to live another, if you've been here for 3 years, it's time for your first 6-figure year. It's time for you to like ditch it out. We're done with the couponing. Like, I want you to walk in the grocery store and never check your bank account again. I need you to get on that level. You have the tools. You have everything you need. It's you using your gift, sharing the business. And your gift could be speaking, it could be serving, it could be loving, it could be, whatever it is. Your gift opens doors for you and puts you before great people. Okay. So adding value. And when you hear leaders say, I'm consistent in my joy. I'm consistent in using my gifts. I'm consistent in my high performing habits. I'm consistent in sharing my story. And to be honest, I shared my story when my bank account was at zero multiple times. And this was 2019, January 2019. That thing said $0 on my son's birthday. I was an 80K leader. Didn't matter. Yeah, I was still making 5 figures a month, but the debt was well matching that. And it was embarrassing. I'm like, how am I going to get on here? I can't save like I used to. I can't spend like I used to. I'm back to living paycheck to paycheck. And I am telling you, that season of struggle built my leadership, because I was like, I'm not going to brag about this BMW anymore. It's cool, but like, I can't lead with things. I can't lead with sales. I can't lead with volume. I don't post any of that anymore because I want people to honor who I am as a woman and why I'm here. You have to be set apart in this industry, and you are going to get blinded. You're going to see how other people are building. And I'm telling you, it like, just like sorry, I talk about the Bible all the time, but it literally says like, you can build that house on riches and gold. You can build it on all the wrong things, and it's literally going to tumble. It's going to tumble down, but you can build it on truth. You can build it on what's lasting, and that foundation will persevere and weather every storm. And I don't know about you, but I don't want a little cute shack that gets lots of likes on Instagram, but blows over the first time adversity hits. I want that brick home that can weather the snow and the storm and the tsunamis, that everything is going to come my way. I do not care how fast someone else builds or what they proclaim. This shit is hard. It is hard because it is all up here. 10% of your business is going to be you working. 90% is going to be you pushing through adversity and overcoming this. I literally just told you the enemy he's the father of lies. I live by what this Bible says. That means he's going to come and attack my mindset, my confidence. This dream board scares the shit out of him. I got a waterfront view property waiting. I want to retire my parents in Miami. That's not going to come with me just doing Facebook Lives and living in a weak mindset. That's me honoring and stewarding my craft. Eric Thomas, he literally always says, I'm not the best. I'm not as good as Tony Robbins. I'm not as good as Jim Rohn. I'm not as good as these guys, but I'm the best and the most high paid in this industry because I wake up every single day at 3 a.m. and I'm consistent. I honor my craft. I don't post my lunches every day because I'm in schools talking to kids. He honors his craft. I honor that this is a beautiful business model, and it's going to be hard. You're going to go through adversity. You're going to have battles. You're going to hit high bonuses. You're going to have people leave. You're going to have people hurt you. It is a part of the industry. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but the more that you are rooted and understand that, great. I truly think that God gives his biggest battles to the strongest warriors. So if something hard is coming at me, that just means like I'm equipped for it. Bring it my way. I know where I'm going. I know what I want for my family, and I will not let someone else's weak mindset, lack of work ethic, lack of belief in themselves alter my bank account, alter the trips to Disney for my kids, y'all. So, like, I know what it's like when people leave and they say hurtful things. They leave everywhere. It's hard and it sucks. You might have a leader leave, a sideline, a downline, whatever. You did not sign up for them. There is something in you while you are showing up here. You have something in you. You hit that submit button. There was something running through your heart saying, I can build something different. Start building it. Get back to the basics of samples. Get back to the basics of going on your, you tell me you're struggling. I don't see one Facebook Live about Thrive or network marketing or your story. That's it, babe. Instagram Live, talk to people. You can't just sit behind a keyboard and be like, whoop, whoop, $800. You have to be adding value to your audience, okay? You get to set the standard. I'm going to leave it on a couple things. Give me, y'all please. You get to set the standard for the rest of the year. You get to set the standard. And what I mean by that is you get to choose. I've said this before, and I need you to soak this in, okay? You get to choose every single day what you clothe yourself in. Just like the Proverbs 31 woman, I heard a sermon on her at our church, and it wasn't about how she worked. It was about what she spiritually clothed herself in. She clothed herself in strength and dignity. She clothed herself in all of these graceful things. And we live in a generation of women where we're just calling it quits because it's hard, or we're not pretty, or we're not worthy. Like, I'm calling BS on that because my Bible says different. My Bible says that I'm beautiful, I'm chosen, I'm set apart. I have gifts, that there is prosperity. There's all these things for me. And I'm not going to sit in a little box and let someone else call the shots in my life. My kids and the vacations we're going to take every year without blinking an eye, for spring break, for Great Wolf Lodge, for Michigan Beach, when I don't have to bat an eye to book a vacation for my babies, that's when I know I've created financial freedom. I don't care about looking cool. I don't care about fitting in with every other influencer on Instagram. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to create an impact. When people come to my page, I don't want them to be like, oh, she's so skinny, I want to be like her, she has so many purses. I want them to be like, damn, that girl has grit. Dang, that girl loves hard. Oh my gosh, Wick checks to 6 figures. Tell me the struggle. It took you 7 years to buy a house. The number 7 represents completion in the Bible. It took me 7 years to build a network marketing to get this house. And that's why it feels good waking up every day, walking down to make my salted caramel lifestyle mix. Cause I'm like, oh man, I remember the rejection letters. I remember when half of my team got cross recruited and I had to host Zooms and no one would host them with me because all my leaders left. Oh, I've walked through the fire, and I'm telling you, that fire is going to build you or it's going to break you. And I hope you choose tonight, when you hop off here, you start fighting for your family. Like, this isn't about you, baby. This is about every single person connected to you. Your parents could be blessed. This isn't a cute speech. This is, I got to remodel my parents' kitchen. And 7 years ago, they gave me $100 to start my network marketing business. I've gotten to take over the rent. I've gotten to bless other families. I've got to bless random strangers at the grocery store. That freedom is worth fighting for. And I became that woman. When my bank account said 0, I had little red lipstick on my mirror being like, I'm a 6-figure mom. I believed I was a 6-figure mom. When the bank account didn't match my efforts, I still believed. And I hope you keep knocking, because God, one day, he's going to show up and show out, and you're going to be like, this perseverance was worth it. You deserve it so much. So have a blessed night. I love y'all. That's all I got. Bye, guys.